So really well done if you managed to grab that. We'll try and get that back in stock for you quickly. £34 was the price. We are coming on now, though, to this. I want to know all about this. Now, hybrid car. Someone was in a hybrid car on my drive the other day. Fascinating is how the world is going. How does that fit into the world of vacuum cleaning? Let's find out. 833374 is the item number. It's £489.96. So first of all, yeah, your price is elevated because of technology.
It's very true, and I think the thing to think about is obviously people look at the price. You can buy another cylinder on the market for £300, £250.
So we need to know our big differences.
You can also buy a handheld, one of those little handhelds that goes around the house that they last, what, 6 to 8 minutes, something like that.
Yes, and then
but
back on a
they don't
charge.
have a great amount of power. What we've got here is those two built into one. So when you actually look at this separate costs of the two together, it's not far off this.
So 2 purchase prices, 2 units to store, 2 things to have to remember, and charge back up again.
Exactly.
This is integral.
It is. So what it is in principle is it's 2 units in one. We have a normal, I keep saying the word normal, don't I? A superb vacuum cleaner. But this is now working as a vacuum cleaner would do on sort of a hard floor. As you can see the pickup on it. Very fine flour, which, to be honest, has a real tendency to be difficult to pick up flour.
Because it does. It almost
sticks to the floor. Exactly. And sort of with the heat in here, particularly as well, your floor is going to be fairly warm. Same as in a kitchen, it potentially will stick to the floor. So what we've obviously got there is a normal cleaner. Now,
can we adjust the suction on that,
though?
Because I know sometimes you always go, you feel like you might pull up one of your wood planks or tiles.
If you're on a carpet, particularly with this, and you're on full power, it's got a tendency to grip.
Yeah.
You've got 2 options. You can either adjust the power very similar to the upright, where we had the minimum and the maximum, and I'll just turn it on so we can hear.
OK.
So we're on the maximum at the moment there. As we start to turn it round, you can hear the power dropping nice and clearly. I mean, to be honest, it doesn't really sound like it's on. It is actually still on. The other way of doing it, I'm going to turn it all the way back up to maximum, because when you're vacuuming around, often you don't want to bend down and do that. But if you're starting to stick to a carpet, what you've got here is an air inlet. OK. If you allow some air into there, it reduces the power off the floor, which means that it's not going to stick to your carpet, so you're not really struggling.
Yeah, it's sometimes to do the backing on carpets, rugs and all that as well, isn't it? Right, so that's pretty good. But the hybrid version of this that really makes it step out of the category of a pulley along kind of little vacuum cleaner.
So this is where it comes into its own. How often are we at home, I don't know, or outside doing the car? I mean, most people, they take
big old extension lead.
Or you go and pay to have it done somewhere, or you pay yourself a couple of pounds.
Yes.
To be honest, if you're spending a couple of pounds a week, a lot of people clean their car once a week, every 2 weeks. It could be £100 a year. 5 years, you've got your money back, and what you've also got is a 5-year warranty with this. So
now, 3 years we were looking at.
2 years on the others,
with the others, but that's impressive, actually. OK.
5-year warranty.
Fine.
I mean, this obviously is an incredible product, so therefore we should back it up with a warranty. Now, there are no tricks here. Look, I can promise you this is not plugged in at all.
OK.
It's like one of those magician's tricks where the sort of person's in the box. That is not anywhere plugged in. I'm now going to turn it on. Okay, it's now definitely not as loud as it was before, OK?
So that's still, however, on its maximum, so that's equivalent.
That's on its maximum, but you can still see, let's say you spit, and we've got, someone's made a complete mess here. We've got coffee, we've got oats, we've got cornflakes, quite often things that you probably would spill on the floor. So you've had a quick accident, you spilt it on the floor, and you can just see, because of the power, it is spitting it out a little bit, but I think what we've got to think about is when this is not on full power, it doesn't have the performance that it would have, but it's there for those uses where...
It's your quick fix.
Exactly, that's what it's for.
Easy. Take that out of the car, and I'm sure, laziness on my part, but that's half the reason I don't do my car, because I can't really bother going and finding where Dan's left the extension lead last time he used it, twist it out, plug it in there, plug that in there, and then crack on with it.
And it started raining by the time you started,
Absolutely. I mean, is this a unit that is made by other people? Is this, you know, quite specific to
There's
Miele?
nothing exactly like this on the market. We've got certain patents on it, which I couldn't tell you exactly what they are.
Okay.
Not because I'm not allowed, because I don't know. But there isn't really anything like it on the market. There is that combination, as I said before, of a vacuum cleaner and a handheld, but you don't get the performance off a handheld that you get off this. This will give you anywhere between 11 and 20 minutes. Now, sounds an awful long time. 20 minutes on a slightly powered down version, 11 minutes full power.
How do I charge it back up again?
To charge it up is really simple. You've either got the choice of, you've been out, you've had a spillage, and you think, actually, I'm having so much fun, I'll do the vacuuming now. Yeah, because you do. Yeah. You plug the vacuum cleaner back in, and as soon as it's on and being used normally, it will actually start to charge it.
Fantastic.
Or you just plug it in the cupboard, turn it off, and it will charge itself.
So you don't have to take the battery out and plug that in a separate charging unit. That's a massive bonus. That's easiness. I think it's all about making chores as easy as they can be and as kind of satisfying as they can be, I find. 833-374, the item number. It's the hybrid cylinder vacuum cleaner. It has got a 5-year warranty, which is outstanding. It's one of its kind. It's a new innovation that Miele have brought to us. 489.96. 833-374 is the item number. Hard floors, parquet floor in particular, are you concerned about what you're using? Well, this is a specifically designed parquet floor brush for the cylinder vacuum. £32, new today on QVC. So will that work with the hybrid as well? That parquet floor brush?
It will do. I mean, when that's plugged in as normal, it's a full-powered vacuum cleaner.
Functioning,
any floor head will work with it. So that mini turbo brush we talked about will work with it. The full-width parquet brush will work with it. All of the nozzles will work with it. Absolutely everything works with it. Obviously, I'll be honest, when you do it off the battery, it hasn't got quite the power, so to run a turbo brush off it, it wouldn't be that effective. But yeah, you could run a parquet brush off it, no problem.
And that, obviously, that unit would then transpose into the cat and dog that we're going to look at next. So cylinder, you know, what is the difference? Why does someone choose upright over cylinder? What's the key
I think it's
reason?
personal preference and what you're used to. In the UK, we are predominantly an upright market. We brought our upright about 2 years ago into the UK and the American market because no one else had it. Germany, Miele Germany, there's now been so much demand for it on the continent, which is unheard of because they all have cylinders. They've now been introducing it out there and it's flying.
Wow.
The reason people do it, I think it's to do with lifestyle, it's to do with the size of your house, and I think a lot of it's to do with storage.
I think you could be right, actually.
If you haven't got a lot of space, a cylinder is ideal, really.
And a smaller property like a flat or... Or
if there's one or two of you and you don't need sort of the size and the power of that, you've got this. This is fantastic. It's probably, and I shouldn't say this, probably...
Is it a favourite?
It's kind of that. I mean, I sound sad now. I have 4 Miele vacuum cleaners at home. That's only because I get given them to play with them. It's not through buying them, but I would say probably this is the favourite by far because it has what we call our turbo brush on the end. Now, I'm going to start using it. Now, taking the turbo brush across the carpet, and as we sort of talked about earlier, turbo brushes are designed for carpets. There is one that's built into the bottom of the upright vacuum cleaner. But the reason it's called an electric brush or turbo brush, it's electronically rotating. And if I lift this up, you can hear the power on that. Now, the clever thing about this is that if you are doing a carpet, because there's not a lot of air resistance between yourself or the floor and the head, it doesn't need to go that fast. What I'm now going to do is drop into a different floor level. Now, a lot of people have different floor levels at home.
Loads.
So we're going to go from a carpet to a hard floor. If you now listen, it's really, really picked up the ante. And the reason it's done that, I'll come back over here, otherwise we can't hear me speak, is there's a lot more air resistance between a hard floor and this, so it knows it's got to go work harder. It's clever.
Isn't that amazing? You can hear it and you can visually, with there's something very satisfying about seeing the pile of the carpet. You know it's got down deep. Now, silly question, but I'm going to repeat it anyway. My director just said, do you have to own a dog or a cat in order to be allowed to buy one of these?
You laugh. I've been asked the same question.
Oh, no!
Yeah. I don't have a cat and a dog. Do I need one? You don't need one, obviously. We don't say, right, can you show us a picture of your dog or cat to buy one? But if you don't have one, it still doesn't matter. If you've got, and again, children have a tendency to make a mess. particularly on carpet. The beauty of this is that it delves deep into the carpet pile and gets everything out. And as you can see, the lines we've got now in the carpet, it really brings up the pile. Now, pet hair, cat and dog. Okay, Fido has had a bit of a shedding here, really.
The thing is, ordinarily, I mean, in real terms, that's quite an aggressive lot of clumps. But actually, they're very fine. Just every single hair that they shed as they tootle about and as you're loving them and all of that, and they're shaking, is burrowing itself down into the fibres of your rug, your carpet, into your sofa if there'd been a cheeky monkey and got up there and hoped you wouldn't notice. And also sends itself to the edges of the room if you've got hard floors as well. So this will deal with it brilliantly, and commented upon for its excellence at getting in and getting right down into the fibres of the pile. But also, I guess, the ease of manoeuvring it around. You know, if we're thinking about if for you it is a problem to have anything you would not be able to carry, a unit as such, to have something following along behind you could be the reason for you to choose this, regardless of the fact if you've got animals in your home. 833167 is the item number, £199.92. Is there anything you specifically want to know about this that we haven't covered yet? This is a moment you can put your order in, you can come through, have a chat, ask the gallery, they'll feed us the question. We'll see you in a second. You're joining us this afternoon on QVC. This is Miele that we've been putting through its paces, a German manufacturing brand that actually is very, very, very premium quality in all the different categories that it works within. But this is all about vacuum cleaning. We've seen the upright, we've seen an amazing, innovative hybrid machine, and now we're talking about the cat and dog. And yes, it's called the cat and dog because it's so cleverly designed for pet hairs and all the problems that go along with that, but you don't have to have a cat and dog in order to be able to buy it. But it's a cylinder. So we started off with that wonderful sort of very, very powerful head.
Yeah.
There's been a quick change.
There has. The reason behind that is because you do get the two heads. So coming back to, do you have to have a cat and dog? No. It comes with a turbo brush. But if you've also got a lot of hard floors, you've got a standard floor head that comes with it. Now, we've seen the performance of the turbo brush and people are thinking, OK, does this do anything? I know we don't do this at home, but everybody knows the weight of the yellow pages. They get dumped in our doorway, we leave them there for 6 months, and then we probably do whatever with them.
Go in the recycle bin eventually, yes.
All being well, we'll put that onto there, and then, fingers crossed, it will actually pick up the yellow pages. And I'm kind of shaking that quite a lot, and it's still not coming up.
You know what? That demonstration and sucking the dust off the actual real rose flower. Different unit, yes, but that's the technology that's inside the Miele engines, if you like. That was impressive. So that would be one that you would choose to use when you're not requiring the extra power of the turbo head.
That's right. On your hard floors, your slate floors, your laminates, your lino, where really, if I'm honest, if you put a turbo brush to those floors, it has a tendency to kick away all of the grime and all of the dirt.
So both heads are coming out for you.
Yeah.
We'll do a couple of passes on this carpet, and then we'll take you around the actual cylinder itself. And is it got a bag inside there?
It does have a bag, yeah. I mean, similar to the upright, all of our vacuum cleaners are bag. It's obviously a slightly smaller bag because it's a smaller unit.
Yep.
It comes with a 3.5 litre dust bag with this one. But again, if I'm honest, that should last you a good couple of months depending on your usage. We base everything on about an hour a week. When I first heard that statistic, I thought that's a bit generous, but maybe that's just me, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, if you want to, what we'll do, we'll have a look and at the actual bag system itself.
Well, if you do it so slowly, like you're doing it here on QVC.
It would take forever. You know what we're at home,
I know, I'm Mrs. Speedy Gonzales. In fact, now the...
Oh, of course you can. No, there you go, back on.
I've been so patient. Oh, you see, look, speedy.
And that's zipping in and around.
Really
it actually seems more effective, the speed you're going, than me dawdling around.
I don't faff, honestly. I'm shouting, barking instructions. You know, the funny thing is, that's it. I'll leave a bit, because we might need that. So I'm just an on-off switch there.
That's it.
Fun, thank you. It's like if you've done the tidying up in the house, you get the bonus of actually doing that bit, because that's the lovely finish. I hate letting the children do that bit. No, do the tidying up bit with Mummy. No, I'm doing the vacuum cleaning. Now, the unit itself, I mean, silly shoes, obviously, but an on-off switch that you don't have to be bending down to, which is good. Filters and things like that. Let's talk about that.
So again, really easy access. And what you can see straight away when you open this cover is you've got your sprung-loaded cap again there. So your bag comes out, goes in the bin like that. One of the reasons it was called the Cat and Dog, apart from the turbo brush, is our charcoal filter. Now, if I give this a shake near the microphone, you can hear it's like a maraca. What that actually is charcoal in there. And the reason we've put charcoal in there is dog hair, cat hair, tendency to smell. It comes through the vacuum cleaner into the bag and the air is exhaled straight back out, but it goes through here. Charcoal absorbs odours. So all of those smells get held in here and therefore you're not pumping all of that smelly hair
Do you know
back
that
into
is
the room.
actually massive? And this is again relating to the fact it's a fabulous unit for those people that do have pets, because that damp dog smell, we love them, but it's life, you know. And no matter how many times you put funny little things inside units to try and stop that happening, it's the charcoal that you need. It absorbs the odour at source, and the filter also. So with this one, are we going to get any extra bags delivered to us with the cylinder?
You'll get the one that's in it and the one that's in the box as well, which you get with all of ours. There's no free bags, unlike with the upright, that's exclusive to you guys, but you've still got two here that's going to give you 4 or 5 months worth of usage before you need to get any more. Now, similar to every vacuum cleaner we do, we still have the variable suction on this. So if I turn it on full power, we can now hear that's running at the 1800 or 2000 watts. As I slowly turn it round, you can hear the power again going right down. So we're now down to our 300 watts. Now, all of our tools again, nice and neatly on board, nicely to hand. So I think what we'll do is we'll just, again, show what we did earlier with the dusting brush and the low power. So,
do you know, even just all the manoeuvring and the solidity of it, because the last thing you want if you're changing heads and putting on the little, you know, small one or the one with the little brush on, is to feel that they're flimsy and they're not going to be long lasting. Well, that's one of the things that Miele pride themselves on, is the life of the product, the robustness, the well-built workmanship. This is a real rose, I can confirm. It is
definitely real, not fake, not at all. And we've just dusted it in flour. We really impressive machine. All I'm going to do is just sort of offer that to the vacuum cleaner, and you can see now the actual rose head has gone in. You can hear it struggling, but it's actually just taking all of the flour off the rose.
These might be Charlie Bears. These might be your favourite friends that you have sitting up. And yes, of course they're going to get dust on them, but the point is you don't want to keep them in boxes or in cupboards. You want to enjoy them. It might be your faux flowers. It might be, you know, your objects and ornaments. To be able to, your keyboard, adjust it down. Just to let you know that the cat and dog vacuum, we have just over 100. And in fact, just history-wise, very popular, and each time we've seen it, it's gone. So now's the moment, if you would love this to come out to you, 3 to 5 days, give us a call. 0800 50 40 30 obviously takes you through to Liverpool. 52 42 32 is the Q cut number. You might prefer that, then you're a bit more guaranteed very swiftly to get that order in. But remember, if you're feeling, then don't forget, always at QVC, a 30-day money-back guarantee is always yours. So you can try it and use it and confirm it's exactly what Simon has been saying about it. 833373 is the item number if you'd like to go for the parquet floor brush. It will fit all the cylinder vacuums that we've shown you. £32 is your price, and that's new today on QVC. So parquet floor, but any types of
hard floors, slate floors, anything like that.
Is it rubber bristles? Where is it?
It's solid, but it's a solid, very, very solid.
A solid, dense rubber. I know what you mean.
Very,
so there's no
solid.
scratchability.
No, so particularly if you've got a slate or a tile floor in your kitchen, you're not going to have any damage, and that's the beauty with it.
Me vacuum mine, I have to sweep it and then dustpan and brush it because of scratching.
Whereas if you've got a parquet floor brush, you don't have to worry about it.
Fabulous. 833121, the item number. That, reminding you, was our hot pick, the S7 upright vacuum with the 2 filter bags, also 2 boxes, which give you 4 in each box, plus extra filters. So you've got 18 months to 2 years worth of extra bags. half our stock has already gone, and this is what we're just showing you now. The design's amazing, sleek, sexy, and when you see the rotation and the maneuverability that this is going to offer you at home, that's another major turning point. Plus the fact it's got this lovely edge-to-edge little mouths on the side, so when you're close to your kickboards in the kitchen or your skirting boards in the hall, it deals with it amazingly. But then you're thinking, well, what about my stairs? What about the high-to-reach areas? There's an onboard hose that literally stays in the back of the unit. You've got the tools on board, and listen and look, it's fabulous. Best thing, aside from the actual machine, is our easy payment opportunity at QVC. It's £78.80 first payment. A month goes by. 833121, just over 100 now to go round. If you want to know any more, if you want to read about those reviews that have been written about the unit, very, very simply, QVCUK.com is the way to go. I don't like to leave a mess, but I have got Leighton Denny next, so I might need to leave you doing that.
I'll clear it up.
Right. Nice to see you.
And you too.